Jungkook finally opens up about Jimin. His confession shocked the ARMY. Loudly crying face, revolving hearts. A moment that really shook ARMY hearts around the world happened recently when BTS's Jungkook finally opened up about Jimin in an exclusive interview session full of emotion. During this time, many fans felt that there was something Jungkook had never truly revealed, something that he kept close behind his gentle smile and warm gaze whenever Jimin's name was mentioned. But this time, Jungkook decided to no longer hold back his feelings. With a gentle but honest tone of voice, he spoke about Jimin in a way that touched millions of hearts around the world. In a snippet of the interview that quickly spread on social media, Jungkook looked slightly downcast before answering an interviewer's offensive question about his close relationship with Jimin. "Jimin Hyung has always been someone who meant a lot to me," Jungkook said hoarsely, his eyes looking away as if he were remembering something profound. "I may not always be able to express my feelings easily, but he knows. He definitely knows how important he is in my life." That simple sentence immediately made the studio atmosphere quiet, as if everyone felt the weight of the emotions he was conveying. For many soldiers, Jungkook's words were no ordinary confession. They recalled how many small moments showed the closeness of the two, from the way Jungkook silently watched Jimin backstage, to how Jimin always knew when Jungkook was feeling awkward or tired. Now, hearing Jungkook speak openly about it seems to confirm all the intuition and speculation that has been growing in the hearts of fans. However, what made this confession even more moving was when Jungkook continued. "There was a period where I felt like I was losing my way, and he was the only person who stayed by my side. I can never forget that." He paused for a moment, took a deep breath, then added with a slight smile, "I think, without Jimin Hyung, I wouldn't be the Jungkook I am today." The words immediately went viral on various platforms. The hashtags #JungkookAboutJimin and #Jungkook topped the global trending topic in just a matter of hours. ARMY flooded social media with clips and snippets of the interview, writing messages full of love and tears. Many said that they were moved to see how sincere the bond between the two was. "It's not about romance or not. It's about such a deep connection, about someone who becomes a home for others," a fan wrote on X, Twitter. It didn't take long, Jimin's reaction became the next hot topic. Although there has been no immediate statement from him, the ARMY noticed something interesting on Jimin's social media accounts. A few hours after Jungkook's interview aired, Jimin shared a photo of the evening sky with a short caption, "There is someone who always knows when I smile sincerely." With just that sentence, fans immediately believed that the message was a form of Jimin's subtle response to Jungkook's words. Comments from the ARMY flooded the post. "They understand each other without even having to talk much," one account wrote. "The relationship between the two has indeed become an inseparable part of BTS's journey." From trainee days to now becoming world superstars, Jimin and Jungkook have gone through a lot together. They supported each other, rebuked each other, even calmed each other in silence. Moments like when Jimin hugged Jungkook backstage after a concert, or when Jungkook spontaneously covered Jimin with his jacket in the rain, are small memories that are always embedded in fans' memories. Now, after that emotional confession, many ARMY feel more and more convinced that the relationship of the two goes beyond the limits of ordinary colleagues. They are like two souls growing side by side, complementing each other in such a natural way. And although Jungkook never goes into further detail, his tone of voice, his gaze, and his way of saying Jimin's name are enough to illustrate the depth of the sense he harbors. A Korean music commentator even wrote in the local media, "When Jungkook talks about Jimin, there is something in his eyes that can't be hidden, a sense of respect, affection, and admiration that is so real." It adds that their relationship is a perfect example of how two individuals can build a strong emotional bond in the midst of great industrial pressures. For fans, this moment is a reminder that behind the majestic stage, the spotlights, and the cheers of thousands of spectators, BTS is a collection of people with genuine emotions. Jungkook and Jimin, in particular, show that true friendship can be a source of strength in the midst of all the hustle and bustle and pressures of fame. Towards the end of the interview, Jungkook closed with a line that made ARMY's heart melt. I just hope, wherever life takes us, he stays happy. Because as long as he's happy, I'll be happy too. The sentence he said with a smile, but the smile contains a much deeper meaning than just words. And therein lies the beauty of their relationship, simple, sincere, but full of meaning. No need for labels, no need for clarification, just two people who understand each other more than anyone. For ARMY, this moment will always be remembered as one of Jungkook's most honest and emotional confessions, a confession that made everyone realize that love, in any form, is something beautiful to feel. A few days after Jungkook's emotional confession, the mood in ARMY circles completely changed. Many were still carried away, rewatching the interview snippet over and over again, trying to make sense of Jungkook's every expression and tone of voice when he mentioned Jimin's name. There is such a deep honesty there, something that does not even need to be explained in words. But before long, something no less surprising happened. Jimin finally responded, not through interviews or public statements, but through small interactions that felt very personal and warm. In the evening after the interview was shown in full on one of the Korean television channels, Jimin conducted a short live broadcast on the Weverse platform. He looks relaxed in a loose gray t-shirt, slightly disheveled hair, and his usual soft facial expression. But the fans immediately realized that the mood was different. Her smile remained, but there was a silence in her eyes that was hard to explain. After reading some of the comments, Jimin smiled slightly and said, I know, you guys have watched that, right? Clearly referring to Jungkook's interview, the atmosphere of the commentary column immediately exploded. ARMY flooded the chat room with emotional messages, asking how he felt after hearing Jungkook talk about himself. Jimin laughed quietly before looking deeper into the camera, then said in a slow but clear tone, he's too honest sometimes. But I'm glad to hear it. He paused, took a deep breath, then added, I know how hard it is for Jungkook to talk about feelings. So when he does, it means that he is completely sincere. Those words alone were enough to make many soldiers shed tears. But what makes the night even more emotional is when Jimin starts talking about their past, about how he saw Jungkook grow from a shy teenager into a strong and confident man. I still remember our early days, he said with a nostalgic smile. He always looked at me as if looking for direction, and I tried hard to always be by his side. But it turned out that, unbeknownst to me, he also always protected me in his own way. He stared at the screen for a moment, as if talking directly to someone out there. I'm proud of him. Very proud. But also, I'm scared. Because the older we get, the more things we have to deal with on our own. But I knew no matter how far we went, that mutual trust would not be lost. That last sentence he uttered in a quivering voice enough to make the whole fandom speechless. For many, the moment is like an open conversation between two hearts that understand each other without the need to be present in the same place. Jungkook, with his sincere confession, and Jimin, with his tender, loving response. Two sides of such a complex but beautiful relationship.